Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and today we are showing off the Tier 8 British CV, the Implacable, and we have a fairly decent match. A match I think we should have won. Spoiler, a little bit of a spoiler. I am joined with Yudachi in the Aoyuki and Flame in the Megami. They are going to be at least trying to save this team from themselves, but we'll see how things go. So, yes, I finally got the Implacable, and I really like it. I think the British CVs are probably my most favorite nation of CVs. Benefit of US and CVs, they have those dive bombers that you can get really close. You can land your bombs quite accurately. Torpedoes take a long time for them to aim. I guess that's one of my big complaints with that. IGN, good damage dealing. Those armor-piercing dive bombs are fantastic against cruisers and battleships, but they don't really have dot damage, which kind of defeats the whole point of a CV nowadays. It's supposed to be a dot dealer. But yeah, that's wargaming for you. I really think, at least with the IGN, the torpedoes should have a slightly higher chance of causing floods. And yes, they deal more damage than any of the other nations, but there's not really that dot damage available for IGN CVs. But British CVs, I really do like. I love their torpedo strafes. Huge fan of that. Their rocket planes are really nice. They seem like they do pretty good damage, and the fact that you carpet bomb can be quite devastating, especially getting those fires. So, by far, I want to say the British CVs are really good at what they do. So, starting off, I did pull back my rocket planes because both DDs are in smoke, and it's almost not worth it. Might as well try to at least get some actual torpedoes off and try to actually do some manner of damage. Now, I don't know if I've actually shown you guys, but we are actually top tier in this battle, which is absurd. Look at this. Top tier surely shouldn't be that big of an issue. But if you already can tell, we have some potatoes to say the very least. They're all bunched up in one corner. We are pushing the western flank. They are going to get the sea cap, which is really unfortunate, and there is the linen, and we're gonna try to drop on him. I misjudged this shot. I should have aimed a little bit further. Not knowing the exact speed on the linen kind of throws off my aim. Linen is definitely a lot faster than I anticipated. But we do land a torpedo, which is beneficial all the same. We are getting hammered by the enemy Mahan and HSF Graspe. And then the Kagero gets detected. This Kagero we'll be seeing a little bit later, because of course ADD always goes after the CV. Now, the torpedo planes, like I said, really are strong because they narrow down and are more likely to hit your target than many of the other nations, and they don't seem to have that big of a nerf whenever you're adjusting your drop, which is really beneficial, because unfortunately this replay doesn't show off the actual lines that you're dropping, which is really unfortunate because I really wish it did. Do get a flooding on that New Mexico, which is going to be beneficial. Our planes are quite heavily damaged. Probably not gonna get this last salvo off. Let's see, we did get a drop. There we go. We do get a drop. Now, the downside of the British CVs is the fact that they have to drop very, very close to their target to actually land that torpedo hit. And of course, I'm aware that the DD is coming after us. So I did go ahead and get the rocket planes out to spot this enemy Kagero. And as always, you want to be moving. You want to be aware of your carrier. You don't want to be a sitting airbase just being in one spot. So as you're probably well aware, I'm keeping myself as much distance as I can, but staying close to the battlefield as well. And there is the enemy Gagero, and it looks like the replay has a slight bug because it's not showing my detection on my planes, because I was in fact detected almost that entire time. Fortunately, Massachusetts secondaries are really going to town. Do drop a fighter just to ensure that Kagero stays spotted, so when I come back around, I can at least keep him in line of sight. So that's definitely a trick you can use to keep DD spotted at all times. And lead your shot, as always. There we go. First blood. This battle has been going on for almost 6 minutes now, and I actually achieved first blood, which is really amusing, to say the very least. And our team still is not really doing much. Looks like Udachi is pushing in towards the B cap right now, because our Sims doesn't really do much. He was getting focused by the Kaga, which the Kaga has been kind of been harassing. And that's the benefit of the Kaga, is it just has a crap load of planes. It can just throw them all away and still have plenty more left to use it in the future. Lennon being aggressive, this is actually kind of how you want to be playing the Lennon, but obviously he is kind of by himself, so we can definitely focus on him. And Simtorps are, well, Simtorps are very, very, very slow. Do properly lead this time, which should definitely help that drop. Let's take control of the camera. Well, sorta. To land a torpedo. It does take practice getting used to new tiers dropping patterns. I know with Kiryu, I keep misjudging the distance, but with these planes you just gotta kind of learn the speed and where to drop, and over time you get kind of accustomed to it, so it should kind of level itself out. Do get two torpedo hits, do get a flooding. He is going to go down to that fire, not going to even try to drop him. Get the kill on the Lennon with a flood, very nice. And that is when the Prince Eugen is starting to become an issue, because unfortunately for Flame, he is being focused by the enemy Kaga, and obviously he's getting put up against a Prince Eugen, which has a heal, while the Mogami does not. Unfortunately, do take a pretty big hit there, so might as well try to get over here, drop my planes, try to assist Flame as much as possible. Let's get that down. Yep, look at that. Our bombers are just gone. So let's immediately try to get out of there and try to assist. But unfortunately for Flame, he is going to go down to this Prince Eugen, which is really beneficial. Now our team is currently down a ship. We finally managed to get the B cap back, which is really starting to help us out, starting to bring our points back up, but we are definitely down in the point systems at the moment. And unfortunately, there goes Flame. Raspe is being a downright nuisance, and gonna try to drop on this Eugen. Do have my carpet bombers, just see if I can do some damage. Haven't really used them in this battle as of yet. He slows up, and of course my drops goes a little long there. Torpedoes are looking pretty good against this Mahan. We'll see if he actually gets a hit. I'm actually kind of curious. Let's quickly take a look. Nope, no hit on the Mahan, but it does look like Udachi does get the kill, dropping the New Mexico, and this is just sickening. 4 drops. Do get a fire. Prince Eugen, Raspe is very low in health. Going to try to take him out, see if we can get him removed from the battle. Will definitely help us out as much as possible. Let's see if we can get this drop. Should be fine. He does turn in to the drop and goes down to our bombers. So that is kill number 3 for us. Definitely looking pretty good. At least brought back some points. We're now actually ahead in ships, and we're ahead in caps, and we're ahead in points. Surely our team won't lose this now. Yeah. Anyways, Yoigan is currently sitting there without his engine. So let's see if we can try to knock out this Yoigan, get another ship removed from this battle as quickly as possible. Now keep in mind, we still have both our Sims and our Yukikaze. And benefit of having division mates is they can actually kind of spot what a cruiser's doing, because this cruiser just repaired his engines, and of course there was a fighter. So I did call it back just to at least try to save some planes. Fighters can be quite devastating whenever playing. So we do take out the Yoigan. However, we have lost our Nuremberg, but we're still ahead in points. And oh, never mind, we're not ahead in ships. Our Massachusetts, that was essentially a stationary base, was finally taken out by the enemy Bismarck. So now we are even on ships, but we still have all of our DDs. However, we don't have any cruisers, while they in fact do. So, going to try to assist Yukikaze, Yudachi coming out, dropping torps on this New Mexico. Gets a devastating strike against that New Mexico. Going to try to assist against this other New Mexico. Now, Yudachi's a little bit forward. He's pretty much by himself to get a fire, which is nice. But he has to be really careful, because that CV can come after him if the CV really decides to. New Mexico just barely manages to dodge the entirety of that spread, but does take one on the cheek. Going to try to drop. New Mexico is turning, so unfortunately this drop is going to go perpendicular. But as long as we get a fire, that should help out. And lo and behold, no fire. This is where I think RNG starts to go kind of south with me. Starts to kind of coming off like it doesn't really want to work with me. Let's see if we can get actually a fire here. That would be fantastic. Now, I think if Yudachi just ran north, do get a fire. There we go. That should finish off that New Mexico. I think really right now, I think Yudachi probably, I know this is hindsight 2020, but I think Yudachi really should have just ran back north. New Mexico is starting to go down, and now we are detected. Now, at this time, I was going to be a little ballsy. If to be perfectly honest, I was going to go after the Kaga and have a secondary battle. But that's when the Kaga gets a whiff of Yudachi and comes after with those rocket planes, and yeah, not good, because now the Megami is right there, gets a big ol' hit on Yudachi. Now, I make a few mistakes at this time. We are still ahead in points. Going to focus down this New Mexico. Unfortunately, we have lost Yudachi. We should get the kill on this New Mexico, and that should be really beneficial, but unfortunately too close to this Megami and not able to actually do anything about that. There we go, kill number 4 for us. And at this time, like I said, I probably honestly should have went after the Megami. This is my biggest error. Instead of going after the only ship that really could have affected this battle here is the Megami. But no, instead I go after the Kaga. I get this nice carpet bomb on it, get a fire, shooting down planes left and right. At this range, it's almost impossible for a CV to really do much against one another. Secondaries are starting to go off. And I do have the health lead, which is really beneficial. Secondaries are doing quite a bit of damage. A's doing quite a bit of damage. Another drop on the Kaga. And once again, really should have went after the enemy Megami. Now the Kaga has a crap ton of planes, like I did mention before, so it can lose out on its planes. Now at the time, our team isn't doing so hot. We're currently down we're down 2 ships because our North Carolina decides to ram the Bismarck. I don't know how much health they had, but right here, I should just go after the Mogami, which I should have realized. Like, hindsight's 2020, I know, but I mean, obviously the cruiser's gonna come after a CV. I mean, I would, because there. Now we're taking the hits. Do realize finally that the Mogami is well within range, and definitely need to get rid of him. Now I do have my carpet planes out, and this is where RNG just says screw you. Honestly, I should have just got my rocket planes and done it that way. Look at all this flak. There's not really much I can do. Going to be able to get only 1 drop with these carpet planes, and look at this. All around the Mogami, no kill on that, and yeah, I really should have just used my rocket planes, because if I had done that, that Mogami probably would have died. Granted, the rocket planes tend to die quite easily, but this Mogami definitely has really altered the outcome of my battle with the Kaga. Going to kill off this Mogami because he's just a downright nuisance. There we go. Kraken unleashed. And we are at 909 points of damage. And then our Queen Elizabeth just comes broadside to a Leander. Of course, Leander has torpedoes. And our Queen Elizabeth is going to go down. So that unfortunately is going to be for this battle, which is really unfortunate because 120,000 points of damage is not bad at all. But unfortunately for us, that is going to be it. This Queen Elizabeth. Yep, there goes that. And here we go. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button, because I'm not going to survive another attack run with this Kaga. Because right here is the killing blow. So, you guys have a great and fantastic day. Zai-Gen. We're not? Okay. Fooled you, because they even fooled me. So, that's going to be it for this video. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zai-Gen. Because here's the killing blow.